So in yesterday class, what we discussed? We discussed about shell variables. We are in the third unit. We are discussing about the shell variables. So what is a variable means? The variable is a storage location. In that storage location, you are going to store the data. It means for a variable name, you are going to assign some data. Already we discussed about this in our previous class. We have three types of variables in Unix operating system. So what are those? Those are one system variables, and second one is local variables, and third one is read-only variables. Yeah, system variables, local variables, and read-only variables. Okay. In yesterday class, we discussed about the system variables. So what is a system variable? These variables are called as environment variables. When you boot your system, after your login to the system, automatically some variables will be initiated automatically. Those variables we are called as a system variables. So all these are in uppercase letters, and we discussed about the different system variables in yesterday class. Path. The path represents, the path is a variable which is represents the path in the system. So path means it searches through each of these, it displays some directories. If you give a command, for this command the Unix operating system can search in the directories. So how we can assign those directory means by using the path command. Okay. So home command, sorry, home variable, it represents the user home directory. IFS means internal field separator. Is a space tab new line is a field separator. We can give another separator also. And mail variable stores the absolute path of the file where user's mail is kept. So after that we discuss our shell. The shell variables returns the absolute path name of the which is the shell we are using. The term variable holds the information regarding the type of the terminal being used. And other system variables are log name. So how you can define the log name contains the username. And tz variables, it represents the time zone. And ps1 variable, it represents the primary prompt value. And ps2 variable, it represents ps2, it represents secondary prompt value. Okay, so up to here we discuss in yesterday class. In today class, local variables. Local variables. We call the system variables as a global variables. What it means? So for example, you write two programs. One is program 1, another one is program 2. Let us assume like that. Now, from this program, in the program 1, you define one local variable A. You create a variable A in which program? Program 1. And you define another variable B in program 2. Let us assume like that. So program 1, variable A, program 2, variable B. Now, the variable A is local to this program 1 only. The variable B is local to the program 2 only. But the system variables PS1, PS2, home, log name, mail, all these are the global variables. You can access these variables from any of these programs. You can access these system variables from program 1 and you can access these variables from program 2. I hope you all understand why we are called as a local variables. So local variables is have the restriction. These variables are restricted to the program only. So restricted to the program. So we call these variables as a local variables. So these variables are also called as a user defined variables. So program one, I define a variable a. Now a is the program, a is the user defined variable. So these variables are defined and used by specific users. So now I create a file. So that means I can use this variable. And so these variables are local to the user's shell environment. And rules for constructing variable names. So already I hope you all know about these variable names rules. So it's starting with the letter. So don't use what is that? Don't use the special characters, and the use the underscore. All these we are called as a rules. Similarly, here also there is some in Unix also there are some rules for constructing variable names. The shell variable names are constructed using only alphanumeric and digits characters. That means alphanumeric characters and underscore. So don't use any special character. Okay. Now we can see that. I move to desktop. Okay, in desktop, I am going to create a file, touch touch command. The touch command is used to create file. Touch, for example, today date 18, ex, sorry, ex18.sh, it is better. Okay, now automatically file is created. The file name is touch.sh. There is the ex18, sorry. Yes, this is the file. So this is the file we created. Now I can define a variable. For example, I want to print student name. Student name equals to Ravi. Now I want to print this name, Ravi. Save. After that, I can try to execute this. How? Dot slash program name ex18.sh. The permissions, we provide the permissions by using chmod plus x ex18 dot.
సైకిల్ తొక్కి వెళ్ళింది కదా ఇందాక సైకిల్ తొక్కితే వెళ్ళిపోయిందా కాలువలో పడిపోయిందండి సాయంత్రం పడిపోయింది వాళ్ళ అమ్మ నాన్న అన్నారు మా అమ్మాయి అలా అలాగా అంటున్నాను కదా
Okay. So how we can add the permission to this file? Simply chmod enter. Okay, sorry. That's it. Now we can execute this file. How? Dot slash what is the program name? The program name is ex18.sh. Okay, we don't do anything. Use the double quotation. Okay. Sorry. Here I can use student name, stu name. Okay, it prints the Ravi. So what is the variable name here? If you observe that the variable name is student name, stu name. If it is not visible to you, then zoom it. So stu name. So now I change this name like this. One stu name. One stu name. Now we can check that. Save. Now I can execute the program. So it displays, so command not found stu name. So that means why it is starting with a numeric. Always the variable name must start with character. So that is the one rule. So here I am giving the name as a one stu name. So it returns the error. If I delete it, if I remove this one, I save. If I execute the same, then it displays the stu. So here I can, okay. Now it displays the Ravi. Okay. So now, so similarly, if I use any special character, for example, here I am using a special character dollar stu dollar. Now you can save this and try to execute this. In this case also it sends a error. Why? We cannot use special characters as name of the, so name of the variable. Okay, so you can delete this and you can execute this once again. That's it. Now it prints the revenue. And similarly you can use underscore also. So you can, for example, I want to give the space, then I can use underscore. So stu underscore name, that is valid, and save. You can execute this program. Try it. So don't give spaces. So don't use spaces. Here I am giving stu space name equals to Ravi. Now it returns error again. Okay, we get the error. We get the error. So command not found. So when we are giving the variable names, you follow the rules. So then we don't get that error. Okay. So in this way you can follow the all the rules. The shell variable names are constructed using only alphanumeric characters and the underscore. Always it starts with a letter. The variable names are case sensitive. So case sensitive is nothing but, so case sensitive means, in this example I can define two variables. For example, s number equals to 1 2 3 4 and capital S number equals to 4 5 6 7. If I print echo dollar s number, capital S number, and echo dollar small s number. Okay, these are the two different variables. Two different variables. So now, see, s number is another variable, small s numbers. These are the two different variables. That means it's a case sensitive. The variable names are case sensitive. By seeing these two variables are the same, but they are case sensitive. One is in the small letter, another one is in the capital letter. And examples, some, this is in the capital letter, small letter, S capital, M capital, U capital. All these are the different variables. That means these are the 5 different variables. But by seeing all these are the pronunciation is the same, but the, because of the case sensitive, these are 5 different variables and spaces are not allowed. So how to define a variable? So already we seen that example how we can define the variable. We can define the variable here, the variable name. So even, any doubt? Even, why you raised your hand?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. No issue. Okay. Why? Okay. what we discussed about that, we discussed about defining. So here, so anyone give the reply to B9, not in the group. So why we are removing here? So anybody give the reply to B9? So personally, so not in the group. You don't give the reply in the group. Okay, anybody? Now, so how you are going to define a variable? So how we can define a variable? By using the variable name equals to and the value. That's it. In our future classes, we are going to write the programs, so you can know that. So how you can initiate the value? The variable equals to value. So this is the variable is a shell variable, and this we are called as a data. Okay, example, x equals to 20, y equals to 5.37, z equals to Sachin, w equals to, so this is the dollar, and w equals to India is my country. So that means when you print this, x equals to 20, y equals to 5.37, z equals to Sachin, w equals to India is my country. So these how we can access, you can see that. For example, the same example I can execute like x equals to 20 and y equals to 5.37, z equals to Sachin, and w equals to India is my country. Okay, now so how we can access this variable? How? By using dollar x. So dollar x means 20, dollar y means so 5.37, dollar z means, sorry, yeah, dollar z means Sachin, the dollar w means India is my country. Okay, so in this way, how you can access this variable? So by using the dollar symbol. So how we can access? By using the dollar symbol, you can access the variables. Okay, now next type of variable. I hope you all are understand the local variables. So which are created by the user are called as the local variables, and how we can what are the rules we are following to create these variables and examples. I hope we all are very much familiar with variables, I think. Next one, read only variables. So read only variables. So what is the read only variables? Once you can assign the data, and once you make a variable as a read only variable, then we cannot change the content of that variable, that we cannot manipulate the content in the variable, that we are called as a read only variables. These variables uses read only function. What is a read only? You can read the data, you cannot modify the data. So that means a equals to 5. Now I want to manipulate the a value from a to 10, then it returns some error message. Why? The a is defined as a read only variable. Okay, so the values of variables which can only be read but not to be manipulated are called read only variables. That means you can read the data but you cannot manipulate the data. So example, we can see one example. So in this only we are going to modify this. Here I am going to define one variable. So how we can define a variable? Simply we can read the data from keyboard, echo enter a value for x. Okay, read x, it is a read is a similar function to scanf. Echo is like a printf. Okay, read x and echo and a value is, how we can print the, how we can access the a value? Dollar a. Okay, now we can execute this, save. So this is the terminal dot slash, what is the program name? exam18.sh. Now enter a value for x. For example, I entered 5. I enter 5. I press enter. It does not, wait, sorry, here x 5, so a value is 5. Okay, now I make this x as a read only variable. Now you can see that it's a read only x. I make this x as a read only. Okay, now I can print the data. Further, there is no issue. $x. I save this and I can execute this. Enter a value for x, 5. A value is 5. After making this a value as a read only, then also we can access the x. But if I try to modify the data, for example, I can modify like this: ex backcode expr. So this is the backcode. Many times I am intimating to you in previous classes, it's a backcode, not single quotation. expr $x plus 1. I want to manipulate the content in the x. Content in the x. Now you can see what happened. I save this function, execute, enter a value of x. I entered 5. Now you can see that x is read only. X is read only variable. Now I want to execute the same program. Enter 5. The same, we get the command. It's a read only variable. Okay, it prints only the 5. Why? Say value is x is defined as a read only variable. So it defines, it cannot manipulate. It displays the message read only variable. Okay, I hope you all are understand what is a read only variable, how to define the read only variable. You can give before this variable name, you can define as a read only. Okay, so this is the example. That's it. So this is about the variables, shell variables in Unix. Okay, so now does anybody have any doubts regarding this? So today class regarding the assignment also. If you have any doubts regarding the assignments, okay, no doubts. If you have any doubts, ask some B section students. I hope in Python also I am following the same thing. And I give the first assignment. They submit the both hard copy and soft copy also. So spend some time. Don't copy the content from anybody. If you have any doubts, learn the things, and after the submission, I can clarify. I can give the clarification on the questions. Okay. So don't copy. If you copy, I found that. Okay. So let us move to the quiz today. I place the link in the chat box. Everyone check your chat box. The link is provided in the chat box. I place the code also. Okay. Everyone check your chat box. The link is provided in the chat box. Everyone please click on that link available in the chat box. Okay. So write down one new thing you learned today. So what you learned today? So write down one new thing learned today. Local variables, about shell variables, user defined variables, the rules to declare variables, the read only variables, very good. The types of variables, PS4 variable. Somebody use a PS4. Okay. Shell variables, local variables. Yeah, very good. So 33 members gives their response 35. Very nice. Okay. So next move to quiz. So all of you click on the link available in the chat box and join in the quiz. Everyone please join in the quiz. The link is available in the chat box. So identify invalid variable name. Identify invalid variable name. STU number, one STU number, STU name, STU underscore name. Identify invalid variable name. So think about the rules of variable. Rules of variable name. Okay. Yes, one STU number is correct answer. Very, very good. So Arun, Nicholas, Pravalika. These are the top three. So next question. So which variable holds secondary prompt value? Secondary prompt value. PS2, PS1, PS4, PS3. Which variable holds secondary prompt value? PS2, PS1, PS4, PS3. So it's related to system variable question. This question related to system variable. So which variable holds secondary prompt value? So PS2, PS1, PS4, PS3. Yes, PS2 is the correct answer. Very good. Arun Gopichan Nicholas. Next question. Which operator so which operator is used to access the variable? Which operator is used to access the variable? Or asterisk cap dollar. Which operator is used to access the variable? Or star cap dollar. Yeah, time's up. Dollar is the correct answer. Arun, Pujita, Tiger. These three are the top three. Is Tiger? Question 4. The variable name must start with special symbol, number, letter, none of the above. Variable name must start with special symbol, number, letter, none of the above. Okay. So letter is the correct answer. Pujita, Tiger, Arun. These are the top 3. Last question. Just wait. Just wait 1 second. Okay. Question 5. The values of variables which can only be read but not to be manipulated are called read and write variables, read variables, read only variables, none of the above. The values of variable which can only be read but not to be manipulated are called read and write variables, read only variables, none of the above. Okay, time's up. Yes, read only variables is correct answer. Now you can check who is on the top. Yeah, Arun is on the top. Gopichan, Kusuma, Manikanta, Estilumo, Shroud, Sunita, Shankar, Divya, Saranya. These are the top 10 for today quiz. So thank you. Anybody have any doubts regarding anything? Can I end this meet? Okay, thank you.